everybody. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so we are going to be making the mermaid shaker frame today. I'm so excited to make this project with you. I'm Amy from Lulu Bee Designs, and if you don't already know, I do lives every Friday. I just started a new series called File Feature Friday, where I'm gonna be going live in here at noon to make one of the files that I sell in my Etsy shop. But today is a little bit different because I just started a whole new line of products that are shaker sets. So it's like a shaker frame and a little shaker ornament that I feel like I'm going to say shaker like a million times in this video that you can use to like decorate for the holidays. You can put it on a tiered tray. There's like all sorts of possibilities for these. I know one person messaged me a little while ago and said that she was going to be using them in her subscription box, which sounds really exciting. So I have better lighting today in here. I'm hoping that that helps. And I also have some plans to change up the way that I film my videos here shortly. But for now, this works for me, and I'm going to hopefully give y'all the best view. So if you're coming in this afternoon, please say hello and tell me where you're watching from and tell me what you're doing today. Hope everybody's having a nice Monday, a nice relaxing Monday, and maybe getting some fun crafting in today. Okay, so I'm gonna angle y'all down onto my workspace here. Let me get you kind of turned centered here. Okay, hopefully you can see. If you can't, please comment. Let me get my chair, sorry, situated. And you may hear teenage girls here in the background in a moment. They are getting ready to leave to go out to eat breakfast here at 12 noon. Okay, so let me refresh my screen and so I can see all your sweet comments. All right. Good afternoon, Dianca. Hello, Abid. Am I saying your name right? Vanessa. Welcome. I'm so glad y'all are watching today. Okay, so this is the mermaid shaker frame set. And here I will turn it around so it's facing you here for a moment. And as you can see, these sets are all about layers. Okay, so you cut the different layers out in different materials, different thicknesses, and everything is in the file. And I will link the file in the comments as well. Are the sequins in the craft section at Hobby Lobby? Yes, I do get my sequins mostly from Hobby Lobby. I do use some that I've had in my stash for a long time as well. If you can find sets that have a lot of different colors, I showed these yesterday in my live, but I use these. And obviously these are old and loved. They've been in my craft room for a while. But I like these because they have different shades of the same color in a pack. And so when you mix those colors all together in the shakers, it just gives a really pretty effect. And then I also like to throw in some sequins that are the theme that I'm using. And I found these at Hobby Lobby, and they're little sand dollars and seashells, and they actually do have some mermaid ones. I almost got the mermaid ones, but I don't know, for some reason I just really like these. I like the shapes of them, so you may want to snag the mermaid ones if you're going to do this project. Okay, so like I said, in the file it tells you the thicknesses and the materials to cut everything out. Basically you're going to need some 1/8 inch wood and some 1/4 inch wood. And then in addition to that, you are going to cut out the clear plastic covers are cut out of something called acetate. Okay, so here are the two pieces, and it's hard to see these on camera. These are the two clear pieces of acetate that I cut for this project, a tail and a seahorse. And I don't know if you can see it on camera, but my edges are a little bit charred on these because my laser is, I don't have a Glowforge, I have a Thunder laser, and it's a pretty high power laser, and I have not perfected the settings on cutting this acetate yet because I've only cut it a handful of times, and I probably need to turn my power down. But the thing is, these edges are not going to show anyway because some of the wood is going to go over top to seal this project all together. So these are cut from acetate. And then this is optional, but you can cut a piece of cardstock to fit over your backer for either one or both of the little designs in the project. Okay, so I love to use cardstock for the ornament. I'm calling it an ornament, but it's not an ornament like you hang on a tree. It's just, I don't know what else to call it, but I have like one that's in a frame, and then I have, you know, then it comes with one that's like just something that you could like prop on a tiered tray or put in a little, you know, decor vignette, or, you know, something in your house, or maybe include in, you know, a gift set or something. So, just a fun little decoration to set on a shelf, like a little shelf sitter or whatever. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to turn this facing me, and we are in selfie mode, so the letters are going to look backwards to you. I do apologize. I'll flip it around at the end so you can read it correctly. Let me know if you have questions, and I will try to look at your comments while I'm painting. The one that I made on the last video, I used whiteboard. Let me show you. So I have 2 of them that I've made so far with whiteboard. This is the St. Patrick's Day one that I made. See, it's got the little shaker stuff floating around, little sequins, so cute. So anyway, this backer is whiteboard, and I just didn't use whiteboard today because I wanted to paint it, because I wanted to give it a different look. But you can use whiteboard, and then you don't even have to paint that backer. So that's a big time saver. Not a big time saver, but like a little time saver. I don't like to paint a whole lot, so I just, you know, I prefer tips and tricks like that sometimes that make things go quicker. Plus, whiteboard is just as cheap as wood, honestly. So I think I'm going to paint this. Now, in the file, you do have the shiplap lines on the project. You know, you could always remove those if you don't want to use them, but I think the shiplap lines are a pretty addition. So let's see. I really haven't even picked out what I'm going to do for you know, each color. Like I have a color scheme going on here. Basically, I've picked out some kind of colors that'll go with the sequins that I picked. I use Deco Art Americana paint. It's my favorite acrylic paint. And so I've picked out these 4 colors. I don't even know if I'm going to use them all, but I'll tell you the names of them when I decide what I'm going to do here in a minute, because I'm just kind of flying by the seat of my pants on paint colors. These are Posca pens, and I always talk about the Posca pens with tiered tray projects and the shakers because they are awesome. They go on, they have great coverage. They come in a variety of colors. You can get them on Amazon. I'll link all of these when I'm done. I've tried to pin a comment, and as y'all know, before, if you've watched me, I can't seem to get the comment to pin. You're thinking the mermaid scales for the background if you don't use shiplap. Yes, that would be very pretty. Now, I had this pretty cardstock in my stash that I thought looked like the ocean. Isn't that gorgeous? And it's just from an old paper pack that I had, because I used to be a scrapbooker. Not really a scrapbooker, more of a card maker. So that's what I cut the little seahorse out of. All right, so let's see. I think I'm kind of leaning towards purple for the, let me shake this up, for the backer. So I'm just going to take, this is Wild Orchid from Deco Art. You can get Deco Art paint at Hobby Lobby, Michael's, most craft stores. And I just like to use cheap paper plates when I'm painting stuff like this. It just, you know, makes things easier. And just toss them when I'm done. I'm just going to put a coat of paint on here, on the backer. So while I'm painting, if you guys, if you have any questions, just feel free to ask. Let me know what you're doing today. Do you have any plans? What's the weather like there? It's chilly here, but not like super chilly. Vanessa, tell me about the mermaid scales, what you were referring to with the mermaid scales, and you said the craft brand. Are you talking about paint or paper for the mermaid scales? Sorry, I'm confused. But if you had some paper with mermaid scales, that would be really pretty. I kind of like to keep the cardstock that I use, if I use cardstock. I like to keep it kind of simple, because I feel like if you have the cardstock looking really busy, that then your sequins aren't going to pop as much. But I mean, it probably depends, and it's a personal preference as well, of course. Okay, and I'm just doing one coat on here because this paint really does cover very well. All right, so I'm going to set this aside and let that dry. Let me grab a baby wipe. You were thinking of, oh, cutting a stencil. Oh, that would be pretty. Yeah, absolutely. That would be really pretty. I love the mermaid scales. I've seen people paint those and how pretty they look. Okay. So that is all the paint we're going to use for the acrylic paint, because everything else is going to be paint pens, which is why this is really nice. Well, actually, you know what? I take that back. I'm going to go ahead and paint the frame on this one white. I stained the one that I did yesterday, so I actually didn't grab any white paint. Let me grab some white chalk paint real quick, because that goes on nice and thick. Okay. So these little frame pieces, they just fit together like a puzzle. They're all for the same, so it doesn't matter what configuration you put them in. This is Home Decor chalk paint, just white. And let me see, we found a brush. I prefer chalk paint for white because I feel like it goes on nice and thick. You could do white paint pens for this if you wanted to. I'm going to use paint pens for the rest of the project. And I'm trying not to get paint on my edges, which is why paint pens are really nice, because it's easier to avoid getting paint on the edges when you use paint pens. So I'm just making this frame because I figure if the backer is purple, if we do the frame white, I think that'll be pretty. And I have a lot more of these shaker files coming out. So far, I've done a few different ones. I've done a couple for spring. I just added an Easter basket this morning. That's really, really cute, where the inside of the Easter basket is the shaker. And then that one comes with a bunny as well. There's also, I've already put a Christmas one in there. And I have some fun Halloween ones planned. Basically every holiday, of course, because I love holiday projects. So I'm going to make a few for each holiday. And normally I'd probably do 2 coats on this frame, but I'll probably, just for the video's sake, I'll probably just do 1 coat just to, you know, not have y'all watching me paint white forever, because that's super boring to watch. So the frame's cut out of 1/4 inch wood. I always buy 1/4 inch maple. Birch, 1/4 inch birch, at least the kind that I was buying at Home Depot, it's not really a 1/4 inch. If you measure it, it's thinner than that. Whereas the maple that I buy at Lowe's is actually a 1/4 inch thick exactly. So I feel like it looks a little bit more substantial on a project. And also for this particular project, it's probably going to come in handy if your wood is truly a 1/4 inch thick, because then you have more room for all your shaker things to kind of toss around inside. Okay, so that's our white. And we'll let that dry. And here, I'm going to work on my seahorse while we're letting that dry. So then I can figure out what color I want to do for my tail and my letters. All right, so for the seahorse, like I said, you could just paint him if you want to. You don't have to use cardstock, but I cut the cardstock out with my laser as well. So I'm going to put this on here. I don't recommend using the glue that I use to glue all the wood pieces down for the cardstock. I recommend just using like craft glue. You could even use Elmer's glue. I have this glue from who knows when, a long time ago. It's just like a Tombow Tombow Mono Glue because I used the Stick Fast yesterday. Of course, this is like gunked up. I used the Stick Fast yesterday on the paper, and you could see it. It kind of showed through the paper a little bit. So I feel like, or you could use Mod Podge. You could always use Mod Podge for this. This one is running out, so I'm having to just get what I can out of it. I need to get some more. But yeah, you could probably just use Elmer's glue, honestly, for this. Just dabbing that on there. So the acetate sheets, the clear sheets, I did link those yesterday. They sell them on Amazon, but I think you can buy those on Amazon. No, I'm sorry. You can buy them on Amazon, but I think you can also get them at a craft store, like any local craft store. I'm just noticing you guys have some comments on here that I can't see on my phone. You're watching with your 5-month-old kitten. Oh my goodness, that sounds so cute. Do you sand the wood before you put it in the laser? I buy birch from Home Depot, but when I paint it, I see all the little pieces of wood. So the birch from Home Depot, sometimes I did sand that. The maple, it depends on what I'm doing. If I'm doing something where you're going to see the texture of it, like if I'm just cutting out little things like this, then no. But if you're cutting out like for the backer, if your wood's kind of rough, you might want to give it a light sand before you cut it. Or you could, what a lot of people do, I'm getting paint all over me, picking this back up, it's not dry yet. A lot of people will paint a coat on and then sand and then do another coat. And that gives a really nice finish. Now and this is probably an excuse on my part because I hate to paint, but I like to say that mine are rustic because then that's the excuse that I don't have to make it look perfect because I'm like, it's rustic, it's handmade. It doesn't have to be perfect and smooth. But again, of course, it depends on what you're making. Okay, so we have our backer, and then the next piece that we want to put on for our seahorse is going to be the 1/4 inch thick wood. Okay, so this is our thicker piece. The file, you're going to have two different. And you'll see, if you purchase the file, you'll see where you've got everything separated. It'll tell you what's an 1/8 inch and what's supposed to be a 1/4 inch. It's all in there. So this is our 1/4 inch piece. And this is going to glue down right here. And to glue this down, my go-to is my Stick Fast glue, Stick Fast Thick, because then it's not all runny and it doesn't drip everywhere. I need to put my glasses on, y'all. Cannot see what I'm doing up close. Rustic for you. Yeah, I'm all about the rustic look. It's wood, right? So it can totally be rustic. Right. The thing is, once you get this glue going, you don't want to put a lot because you don't want it to leak out everywhere. And since I just opened it for the project, the first little bit has quite a bit of glue on there. And I'm going to wipe that off. I'm just going to kind of, without gluing my fingers to the project, I'm just going to kind of do this because, let me toss that. I'm already gluing myself to it. Did y'all see what I did? I put glue on the wrong side. Did anybody notice I did that? No, it does not go in the front, Olivia. Oh my goodness. Okay, y'all, live problems, seriously. And I don't have another piece cut. Okay, lovely. It does not, you know what we're gonna try? Oh, is this gonna work? Let me see if I can wipe this off with a baby wipe. It doesn't matter that there's glue on it. It's not gonna hurt anything. All is not lost because I'm gonna I have to glue the acetate onto it in a minute, but I don't want it to have glue all over it right now because then it's going to be more difficult to work with. Okay, scratch that. We're flipping him over to the side that has all the lovely little, char marks on it. We all know about that. And we're going to do it on the correct side this time. This is what happens when you are live and you're trying to talk and craft at the same time, because I can't talk and craft, I can't talk and type. It's a problem. Okay. So I'm going to flip him back over and glue him down because now the glue is on the correct side. Make sure he's lined up good. He looks like he's lined up pretty good there. Maybe on the top he needs a little tweaking. This glue dries pretty quick, so you got to move fast. But it does give you like a second to kind of move things around a little bit. Okay. Yeah, and that's fine. See that glue that was on top? It wiped right off with a baby wipe. No problem. I do have some glue on my fingers though, but that's just, you know, every day, seems like. Okay, so we're going to sit him here and just let him chill for a minute because he's got glue on him and we don't want the sequins to be like glued inside. So, all right, now let me see if this is dry enough to work with. I think it is. I think we're going to be okay. All right, I'm going to go ahead and glue my frame down. And I'll show you, I did get some paint on the edges. That's not a problem. I actually have a little trick that I do to get paint to hide paint that gets on the edges. And this lines up perfectly with the outsides of this little backer. I'm excited to see how this looks with the different, not having the whiteboard and doing a color and then the white frame, since that's different from the other ones that I've done. I think it's gonna be pretty. Just switch front and backer for now. Well, that's true. Maybe I could have done that. Vanessa, you missed which glue it was. This is called Stick Fast. Throwing it around. Stick Fast Thick. You can get that on Amazon. My supplies, I'm sorry, y'all. Excuse me. My supplies, a lot of them are on my website. If you go to lilybeandesigns.com, I have a supply list of a lot of my things that I use regularly. I can't talk today. Listed on there, and the links to those products on Amazon, if that's helpful for anybody. All right, just holding this frame down, making sure all these pieces are on here. Okay, so there's our little frame. And then we're gonna do our mermaid tail. So the mermaid tail, it's gonna go right here, and then our words are gonna go over here. So we're gonna start with our 1/4 inch thick, and you don't have to paint that one. So I'm gonna glue him down. Y'all got me. I'm so afraid I'm gonna mess this up because I just messed up and did the glue on the wrong side. I'm like, oh my goodness, am I gonna miss a layer? And then here I am live and I don't have any extra pieces cut. Actually, I will tell you that I am completely out of acetate. I didn't realize that was an old pack that I had. And when I went to cut it this morning, I thought, oh gosh, I hope that I don't make a boo-boo and not cut it right, because that is all I have. I need to get some more. So as I told y'all yesterday, a substitution for acetate, if you just want to play around and see how it works in your laser, if you have a Cricut or Silhouette and you have the mats that go in the machines, the clear plastic cover that comes on those mats is basically the same thing. I think it is the same thing, but it is, if not, it's very close. And you can use it for shakers. People actually use it for shaker cards all the time. But now if it's been sitting there a while and you've pulled it off your mat a million times, it's probably going to be a little scratched up. So you may not want to use it for something you sell. But if you're just playing, if you're experimenting and trying to find the ideal cut settings, that's a good starter point if you want to try some of that stuff. Okay, so now comes the fun part for our little sign here. So we can put some of the fillers in. Excuse me. And it's so much fun to go to Hobby Lobby or wherever you go to buy your craft supplies and get to look at all the fun little sequins and everything. It's just so much fun. I love it. I love sparkly anything. So you have to kind of figure out like how much you want in here. I think I went a little overboard. Let me put some back because I'm also going to add some of the other colors. So I don't need like a ton of the shapes. Okay, maybe that's good. All right. So then I'm going to go over here and grab my little blue and purple. I don't even know if these are open. These are not open yet. I've had these forever, and I don't know where I got them, unless it's on here. Is it on here? Maybe AC Moore. I think I got them at AC Moore, which we don't even have. I don't know if AC Moore went out of business everywhere or just where we are. Is that open? These are kind of trifling to open, y'all. Hang on. Sorry, I should have opened them before the video started. They've got like little pieces of tape hiding all over. And you know what's going to happen if I like pop it open really quick, is sequins are going to go everywhere. And we do not need that to happen. So I'm trying to keep all the colors separated. All right, open up. Come on. It's like opening those packs of batteries, except I'm not afraid I'm going to cut my finger like I am with the battery packs. I'm always afraid I'm going to cut my finger on that plastic. All right, come on. There we go. All right, there's our blue. You found these. What did you find on Amazon for $5, Vanessa? Did you find sequins or the acetate? All right, I think this one's open, so let me just not spill these everywhere. I think this one, well, it's partially open. Goodness gracious. First world problems here, y'all. Trying to get my sequins open on a live video, right? There are much bigger problems in the world, that's for sure, but right now, it's a little frustrating. Come on. My goodness gracious. There we go. Okay. Trying not to waste any sequins here. So I just go through and like, you know, I just grab some. I just grab a few of each color. I love the color variations when you put in just a few of each shade. It's so pretty. Just a few of each one because we don't want to overfill it. We want to be able to have some movement. You've never had one, April, you've never had AC Moore? Yeah, we had an AC Moore. I'm so sorry. I don't know why my throat is so dry, y'all. I apologize. Oh, I love it. It's so pretty. Let's put some of these lighter blue. I wasn't a huge fan of it, but there were a few things that they sold that I liked, and I kind of miss it because it was literally 5 minutes from my house. All right, I'm probably overfilling this, honestly, y'all. And whoever it was that messaged me earlier and asked me how much sequins I put in them, I don't know. So this little pack that I got from Hobby Lobby, if you're just going by that, you could fill many of them with this, if you're mixing it with this. So, I mean, you could get a whole bunch of these made with those sequins. Okay, I'm going to pull my little tool out here. I haven't used this thing in forever. No, that's not right. This is, it's called the Pick Me Up. Does anybody have this? The Pick Me Up. I think it's a silhouette tool. I don't know, but anyway. It's great for picking up sequins. I used to use it for paper crafting, but there's what you do with the Pick Me Up tool. Isn't that awesome? I love this thing. I love playing with it. It can just pick up all these little pieces. So here I've got sequins all over my desk and I don't want to waste them. There we go. All right. So we might as well fill up our seahorse while we're at it, y'all. And we definitely want to make sure he's got some purple in him because we want him to coordinate with the, oh, let me put some of the little ocean mix in there. We have it from Silhouette World. Yeah, I love that tool. It is just the handiest thing. Seeing I'm spilling all these. There's probably a better way to do this too. There's probably another tool that I could be using, or you could pick them up one at a time. That would be kind of tedious. Put them in here. It's so pretty with like the dark and the light blue and all the aqua. So pretty. Where's my little tool? See, y'all are going to want this little tool. It's so awesome. Okay, let me see if that's enough. I don't know. So what I do is I grab my acetate and I lay it on there just to see, to kind of get an idea of like, is that full enough? And I kind of move it around. I think it is. I think that's got enough in there. You don't want like a ton. Okay, so our sequins. We're done with our sequins. Let me close all those up and put them over here so we don't spill. All right, so then I'm going to turn my acetate over. Actually, no, I'm not. Scratch that. I'm going to put my glue on the edge. And again, get your glue going. Make sure you don't have a big blob of glue coming out. Get it going, because you don't want too much glue. And you just, this glue is just, you don't need a ton, y'all. You just scratch it on there. Once it starts coming out, you just kind of go. Okay. Make sure your acetate is clean, doesn't have a bunch of smudges on it like mine does, because it's probably got glue on it. Mine actually has, I think mine has some glue on it. Hold on, I don't know if I can get that off with a baby wipe. Let's see. All right. Make sure he's on there lined up. Yes, Christina, it is a really good picker-upper for rhinestones. Can you use stick fast glue on acrylic? I don't know, Christina. I don't use acrylic. I just am not an acrylic person. I've never really played with it that much with my laser, so I'm not sure. All right, we'll set him aside. And then we'll go over here and we'll do our acetate on our sign. Make sure we've got our tail facing the right way. Okay, so I'm gonna flip him over, get him ready. Oops, we got a stray sequin here. All right, once again, get the glue going here. And you want to let these dry really good before you pick them up and mess with them too much, because you don't want the sequins to stick to the glue, like I've said. You can probably clean this acetate with like maybe some Windex if you want to, but you want to make sure you don't have any dust on it. It's nice and clean before you put it on here. All right. There we go. Okay. You know what? Let's do our letters while we're letting all that set, and then we get to put on the toppers and paint those. All right, so I actually like to attach these and then paint them because I feel like they're just easier to paint than having all these little loose pieces. Because I'm going to paint them with paint pens. And get your letters about where you want them. The one thing that I like about the shiplap is that it's a reference point to get your letters straight. So you can kind of make sure it's going along that line. So I find that very helpful because I can't get things straight, especially when I'm not directly over it when I'm doing a live. So it's harder to line things up in a video. Okay, that's roughly where I'm going to want everything. And so let's see, let me make sure I'm not missing your comments. Norma, it's stick fast is the glue. And you guys can watch this video in the replay as well. So if you missed anything, once I'm done, you can go back and watch the video again. And I will link the products. What I'll do is, because the products are on my website, I'll link my website. But if you go to lulubeandesigns.com and click on supplies, you will see, I believe I have the stick fast glue on there. I'm almost positive I do. I know I added the acetate. And I've got the Posca pens on there, which we're going to use here in a moment. Can't see if the glue is coming out. Is that straight? Y'all can probably see better than me, or maybe not, I don't know. With my lovely technical skills here of doing a video. Oops. Did I glue the, yes I did. I was like, he's moving, why is he moving? I glued the M. He's just not dry yet. See, I get real quiet when I'm gluing these things down because they're so little. That little eye, I'm afraid, is going to flip over. I'm going to have to hold him there for a minute. Thank you, Melissa. Are you the one who linked? I think, Melissa, you're the one who linked the my website. Thank you so much. I need like an assistant to do that while I'm doing a video. Come on, glue. Don't fail me. Get on there. Is that straight, y'all? I think so. And I'm sorry if y'all hear my stomach growling. It is lunchtime. I feel like it's so quiet in here. I thought the teenagers were going to be down here making noise, but they haven't come down. I heard him say, let's make waffles. And I'm like, oh, please don't make waffles right now while I'm trying to go live. Because the kitchen's right next to my craft room, and I was like, oh dear, they're going to be in there being all loud. Poor things. They just wanted some waffles. So then they decided they were going to go to IHOP instead. This is my daughter and her friends. I don't have multiple teenage daughters. I have one, but you would think I had many. Okay, there we go. Now we're going to let that lettering dry. And while we're doing that, we can go back over here to our seahorse. And let's see. Does anyone know if Lowe's has the 10 packs of wood cut to size? Oh, I don't know, April. All right, so we're going to glue. Let me see. Yeah, I guess I'll glue this on and then I'll paint it afterwards. I don't know what order I did it in yesterday, but that's what I'm feeling today. I'm feeling like I just want to glue this on and then paint it. At least I'm putting the glue on the right side, right? It's Monday, what can I say? All right, so that is our 1/8 inch piece. And I'm just making sure he's pushed down real good. You're just sitting here painting, Melissa. Well, I appreciate it. That was very sweet of you. Somebody else asked a question and I missed it. I will go back and try to answer all the questions after. All right, there he is until we paint him. And then our tail. I just love these. These are so much fun to make. And yesterday, honestly, the ones I made yesterday were even quicker. Well, the bubblegum machine wasn't. The bubblegum machine one took a little bit more time because there's a few pieces. But the shamrock one, because I used whiteboard for the backer, I mean, like, easy peasy fast. Hardly took any time at all to make that one. And I'm just going to hold that and let that set. Oh, somebody said, do I sell the cutouts? I do not sell the cutouts. I sell blanks as part of my business, but I don't sell cutouts for a lot of these small sets, the tiered tray sets and the shaker sets, because it ties up a lot of time on my laser, and I couldn't get all the blanks sold that I sell, like all the circles. I sell a lot of the circles that people buy to make signs. I do the smooth and the shiplap circles, and I do a lot of words and flowers and things. So no, I don't. I'm like gluing myself to this, y'all. I don't sell those. Okay, so far we haven't painted the letters or the tail, but I mean, oh my goodness, the cuteness, right? How cute. How cute are these? We just need to paint them with paint pens and we're done. And you could do that, like I said, you could do that, you know, before you put it together. Either one. All right, what color? I think he needs to be purple, so he goes with the frame. Let's do him in purple. And these paint pens, seriously, are one coat coverage. You have to go around and just make sure you got all the little edges, but every once in a while I'll do a second coat with these, but for the most part, they don't need it. Vanessa, you can watch in the replay. You can, as soon as the video is over with, and I'll post it, and then you can watch the video again if you need to, if you missed something. So some of these sets have pieces that go on the outside. Like if you see extra 1/4 inch pieces, they blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. They go on the inside, okay? I'll show you what I mean in a minute. If you see extra 1/8 inch pieces, they go on the outside, because all the 1/8 inch is either on the very front or the very back, okay? 1/4 inch is what is inside with your shaker items. And like I said, I will show you what I mean about that here in a moment. Love, love, love Posca paint pens, y'all. And somebody said, what is wrong with me today? Somebody said yesterday, how long do they last? They last a while. I've had these for a long time, and I have not had to get any, like I haven't run out of any particular color. I mean, like white, of course, because I use a lot of white. Let's see. So there's our seahorse. Oh my goodness, y'all, seriously, look, how cute is he? I am in love with the seahorse. I mean, how cute. Love, love, love. Obsessed. Okay, so I think we need to do my favorite color, which is aqua. I love some aqua. Posca paint pens, Christina. Yes, ma'am. They're on my website too. Melissa linked my website in the comments. If you go to the supply list, you will see them. Oh, this is going to be so stinking cute, y'all. I'm going to have to make a mermaid tier tray. I don't have a mermaid tier tray. I'm going to have to do one. I can't even stand it. This is my favorite set so far. And I was in love with the bubblegum set yesterday. Let me show you the bubblegum set if you missed it. This is the bubblegum one. Do you see that? How cute. And it's whiteboard on the back. It's hard to see it like moving around, but anyway. How cute. It says, I choose you. Like chew. Get it? Isn't that cute? Oh my gosh. Seriously. I can't even stand it. I'm like obsessed with these. Like, I will be making so many more files. It's crazy. Because I have so many ideas for them, especially Christmas and Halloween. And I have a wedding set with champagne glasses toasting. Oh, 4th of July. Okay, should we do the words? Y'all tell me, should we do the words in white or should we do them in the aqua to match the tail? I'm gonna give y'all a minute because there's a delay. You wish red was more true to color, Melissa. Do you mean the red Posca pen? I feel like it is. Mine is. You mean red Posca? Let me see. So there's a couple shades of red. Maybe you're doing the wrong one. So this one is red, like actually red. This one is, well, it's dark red. I think the dark red is a truer red than the plain red. So if you get the big set, it comes with that dark red, and that's the one that you might be trying to find. If you want like a true red. And they also come in fine tip. Okay, so I see somebody said white. A couple people said white. Okay, let's do white. I think so too. I think the white will pop better. All right, I'm gonna grab me a white pen. This one might be out because I go through a lot of white. It feels like there's some in there though. I always shake them. I don't know if I need to shake them or not, but I do. And then sometimes to get them started, you have to like push them, you know, push the tip down. And then I will tell you though, with these, with white, you are probably going to want to do 2 coats because you'll think that the one looks fine, but I promise you when you do the second coat of white, huge difference. And this wood is a bit scratchy, so I probably could have standed to sand this 1/8 inch wood. No, this is 1/4 inch. 1/4 inch wood. It just depends on the board, honestly. You get good boards and bad boards. You know, you just have to feel them and see what you think. This is kind of scratchy though, so. But once I'm done, you won't be able to tell. And again, it's rustic, right? You have some other brands that the colors, I missed it, do not match the lids. Oh yeah, that's frustrating. Yeah, there's another brand on Amazon that I got that I don't like as much. And they are, it's this brand here, Heroic, the Heroic ones. I don't like them as much. I bought them and I ended up just going ahead and spending the money on the Posca pens. They're worth every penny. Okay, and again, like I said, I'm going to do 2 coats of this white because it really, it really does pop if you do 2 coats. You know what you could also do, y'all, for these? You could cut the frame out of whiteboard if you want to do a white frame. I could have totally done that. Or flip it over if you want a black frame, you can cut it on the chalkboard side of the whiteboard. I'm just going to, well, it's probably already like dry enough for me to over. Yeah, see how much whiter it is with the second coat? I don't know if you can see that on camera, but to me, I can really tell. It makes a big difference. So maybe for the lighter colors, you're going to want to do 2. But for that aqua, I don't feel like it needs a second coat. And on all these signs, if you have a letter I on them, because the wording is included in the file, I've made sure that the little dot is attached to the I, because I cannot stand having to fish out the dot on the I. It drives me bonkers. Okay. We are done. You guys, look at the cuteness. Oh my goodness. Seriously. This makes me want to go out and find like all sorts of mermaid themed items for a tiered tray. All sorts of purpley blue items, right? I love, love, love this. So pretty. Oh, I told y'all that I would flip it the right way. Hold on. So it's not backwards to y'all. Where is the button? Where is the button? And we are flipping. We are flipping. Here we go. Hold on. Excuse my glue covered fingers. Yes, we are flipped. So there, see now it's backwards to me though, so I gotta like turn it the right way. Okay. See now you can read the writing and it's not backwards. How cool is that? So pretty. Oh, I just love it. All right. Let me put the camera back up. Okay, thank y'all so much for watching. And now my window is like on the other side. Ah, I'm knocking stuff over. I'm sorry about the glare, y'all, on my glasses and the window and all of that. Okay, thank you so, so much for watching. I loved making these. I'm just addicted. So I'm probably on Friday, when I do File Feature Friday, I will probably make another one of these on Friday because I just love them so much. I don't know. I haven't chosen a project to do for that day. If you have something in mind that you'd like to see, comment and let me know. Yes, I have a birthday one, Melissa. I can't remember if I've posted the birthday one or not. I'm going to post it in my Etsy shop. I did do a ice cream cone one that's really cute that has different layers on the cone that you can put the sprinkles in. So yes, this is Johanna. This is a file that I sell to use with your Glowforge or your laser. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching today. I really appreciate it. And I hope you have a wonderful day and I will talk to you soon. Bye.